Hi there. Today I am gonna show you how I replaced my Tata Nano radiator. Um, Recently, my Tata Nano started giving warning about overheating engine, um, and after simple inspection, I found that my Tata Nano radiator is leaking from the bottom and it has no signs of physical damage. Maybe it's because of normal wear and tear because it's a 8-year-old Nano. uh, this leaking radiator has to be changed, so I'm gonna show you how I replaced the leaking radiator with a new one. To remove the radiator, make sure your engine is cool. The radiator hoses at the top and the bottom has to be detached, and the back panel of the Tata Nano has to be removed. To detach the back panel from Tata Nano, we need to unscrew this nuts um, at the bottom, and also it has two bolts at the top. We need to remove it. Now I'm going to remove the back panel. Before that, I have already removed the rubber beading at the top, so removing the back panel is not a big deal. Safely place the back panel somewhere, and the most crucial part is yet to come. You need to remove the three bolts that secure the rear bumper, also the screws at both sides over here. This is the most challenging part in this work, I think, removing the rear bumper. See the nuts over here. You need to remove these two nuts, both sides, to detach the bumper. So this part is a little bit tricky, and it's you need to remove the bolt inside. See how difficult it is. You need to be very careful not to damage the bumper. Also, you need to remove the tail lamp on both sides. Disconnect the tail lamps. Here we have another challenge. This little screw has to be removed on both sides, but it is difficult, somewhat difficult. After removing the nuts and screws, it is easy to detach the rear bumper. Make sure you disconnect the wire over here, the connector, and place the rear bumper somewhere safely. Now it is very easy to access all the internal parts of the Tata Nano engine. The rear part is clearly visible, and now you are seeing the radiator fan connector. You need to disconnect the radiator fan connector. Before proceeding further, we need to flush the radiator coolant. open the coolant from the bottom and also remove the radiator cap. Let the air go inside and flush the coolant inside the radiator and engine completely. Also start the engine for a few seconds and let the water pump run and flush out all the leftover coolant inside the engine. Now we can start removing the bolts that secure the radiator. Carefully remove the 4 bolts and the radiator hose from bottom and the top. Disconnect the radiator fan connector. Do it very carefully. Now we have removed the radiator assembly from the bottom. Now it's time to detach the radiator fan from the old radiator and fix it back to the new radiator. So here you need to remove the radiator fan and the air deflector over here. To remove the air deflector, you need to unscrew the 3 screws over here and fix it to the new radiator. See how I remove the air deflector from the old radiator. After fixing the radiator in place, it's time to tighten the bolts we removed and connect the top and bottom radiator hoses. And fill the radiator with new coolant. When it comes to coolant, you need to buy 1 liter of coolant and mix it with 3 parts of water. This coolant should be of a very good quality. Now it's time to check the engine. Yes, it's working fine. No overheating warning lights. It's perfect. We need to test on road. Now let us see the old radiator and check what is the exact problem with it. The radiator is leaking from the bottom. Maybe it's repairable, but I would not recommend it because radiator is the most crucial part of the system. And if you use your car for long drive and night driving, it is best to replace your radiator. See, this radiator is leaking from the bottom. I filled it with water and checked it. It's leaking from the bottom. If you have any questions, post it in the comment section. Thanks for watching.